Dear Reader, Episode 8, Recording 8, Podcast Book Chapter 8, whatever. I think I got all the bullshit off my chest. I woke up this morning. As you can tell, this is a day in the life of Dave. I'm outside the backyard. If you're listening, you can probably hear the train, proximity of the train. Anyways, I woke up with nobody or no issue on my shit list. And I realized I was worried about not having content for this site. But even just reading my movie script for 30 some minutes a day, so 30 to 35, probably take 2 weeks to get through it. That 1 35-minute episode a day, although that does kind of bring the story around nicely as a serial, not as a movie idea because it's way too fucking long. But if you are interested in the movie idea and you're paying your $5 a month, I'll post the script as I read it. If you want to hear me read it, you have to start on episode 6. So listen to episode 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then come back to this one, and then you're on track and up to date for the story. I should summarize the movie up to here, but I don't feel like it. I'd rather just read. And then hopefully something intelligent comes into my head while reading the script out, or maybe nothing. Doesn't really matter. As long as I speak for 30 plus minutes a day. Good. When my housemates just arrived home from a long trip. I know he was on a long trip because his mail has been piling up outside his door. I'm kind of a stalker without being a stalker. I prefer observant. I'm just a retired observant autistic senior. The scene. Telepathic stand-up. Interior. David's bedroom. Night. David dreams he's on stage. Interior dive bar. Night. The room's dim, packed with a scruffy mix of hipsters and drunks. David strides on stage, all rugged handsomeness. Think of a grizzled Hemsworth with a smirk. He's got no mic. He doesn't need one anymore. His voice is in his head, and tonight it's accidentally being yelled beyond the crowd. One thing that is good for me listener or reader. So I forget a lot of this, or I forgot a lot of this. I also decided I'm not going to edit this. This is the first and only recording for this episode. If I'm just reading, I don't need to edit it. Sorry for the delay. I'm trying to get the font size right so that I can read this out. David, voiceover, telepathic. Hi, I'm David. I'm a retired autistic senior, 60 years young, and I'm in love with a woman half my age. Let's call her the barista, because that's what she is. And yeah, this is about her. She's going to hear this, and I'm screwed. The crowd chuckles, but across town. Interior, Starbucks, night. Grace is. Grace is wiping down the counter mid-shift. Suddenly, she freezes, eyes widening, as David's voice echoes in her skull, clear as day, no earbuds required. David, voiceover, telepathic. I've got memory issues. Good kind, where you forget your friends and family. Doctor offered me pills, but I said no thanks. I'm fine with what they're getting. Perfect for comedy. Because when I bomb, I don't remember the next day much, like a sex life. Grace smirks despite herself, muttering under her breath. Grace, to herself. Okay, weird old guy. Weird old guy got jokes. And wait, is this in my head? She glances around. No one else reacts. Back at the bar. The reason I'll go for 30 or 35-minute episodes is it's the perfect amount of time to commute home, drive somewhere, or walk somewhere that you do on a regular basis. It's not like you're taking 30 minutes out of your extremely busy schedule. You're just adding another task to something you're already doing. Or you're watching one less soap opera, or Ellen-like show. Those are still out there. Or whatever. Mostly I'm just looking for material. And since I've already wrote this, and I haven't read it out on Dear Grace, it's good original content, worth $5 a month, US. I should mention that. Canadian listeners, it's $7 a month. And for the low price of $7 a month, you get to listen to a movie read by the author, before it's even sold. It needs 1,000 founding members. That'll make the ideas in this movie come true. Grace. To herself. Okay, weird old guy's got jokes. And wait. Is this in my head? She glances around. No one else reacts. Back of the bar. David, voiceover, telepathic. I live with 3 20-something international students. Pretty, but like my daughter's friends, I don't notice. Except the hair in the shower. It's a nightmare. I'm shoving it down the drain with my toe, trying not to gag. Grace laughs out loud, staring, startling a customer. She covers her mouth, confused but hooked. Grace, to customer. Sorry, thought of something funny. David's voice keeps rolling, hitting the barista bit. David, voiceover, telepathic. Anyway, the real story is the barista. She's pretty, too young for me. Society says so. I use her as a character in a script. Smart, out of place. I might go back and forth between the script and the stand-up comedy special. We'll see. The special I've already read out, and a lot of that's in here in this different format, so we'll see how I feel, reader. It's nice to say Grace again. Grace. Dear Grace. I used her as a character in the script. Smart, out of place. One day she remembered my coffee order before I said it. Grande Pike, heavy cream, 1 stevia. Started before I got to the counter. I didn't mistake it for interest, just her being good at her job. But I kept track, sat by the till, noted every order she memorized. Nearing 100 when this happened. This story I'm sick of telling, but I'll do it. Over 1,000 $7 a month Canadian users would work too. Or get me back into some camera gear and I could get to the park and photograph little kids without them knowing. Their parents will know, but the little kid won't know I'm photographing them. It's called a timing joke. I almost said Grace there. It's cold outside and it's going to rain any minute. But I don't care. Grace's jaw drops. She remembers you, the handsome regular who mumbled, then vanished. She leans against the counter, listening hard. David, voiceover, telepathic. A gaggle of women came in. Cashier was in the bathroom. She's on drive-thru, but she spots his teacher and goes, "Should I start your usual order?" Grace is grinning now, shaking her head. She mutters again. Grace, to herself. Oh my god, it's me. This guy's, what, psychic? And yeah, I totally made that up. She looked tired. Back on stage, David's pacing, oblivious to the telepathic link. David, voiceover, telepathic. 97 orders she memorized. Somebody that good could remind me to pay my taxes. Perfect wife material if I weren't broke. If I weren't a broke, mute comedian. I emailed her manager about her excellent customer service and kindness, then ghosted her Starbucks. Now I'm back, dreaming of walking in, nailing this set, and asking her out. Delusional, right? The crowd roars. Grace's shift ends. She grabs her bag, mind racing. Delusional, right? The crowd roars. Grace's shift ends. She grabs her bag, mind racing. Her reaction. Pretty Grace's dilemma. Grace heads home, David's voice still echoing faintly as he wraps up. She's pretty. Matt Rife level guys hit on her all the time. But this, a handsome 60-year-old comedian, beaming his set into her brain, it's wild. Grace flops onto her couch, smirking. Grace, to herself. Grace, to herself. Okay, hot old comedian guy's got game. Matt Rife's pretty, but this is next level. Do I track him down or let him sweat it out? Scene, the search. Interior, David's bedroom. Night, February 2022. By the way, listener, reader, all these dates are wrong. I gotta fix that at some point. When someone fucking pays me for this fucking script. Train. Scene, the search. Interior, David's bedroom. Night, February 2022. The room's a mess. Pizza boxes, empty vodka bottles, weed crumbs in the dust. David, 60, ruggedly handsome, sprawls in the bed, eyes glassy from a THC haze. A bunk sits by his laptop, flickering with a paused Netflix show. He's muttering, half asleep, unaware his telepathy's bleeding dreams to Grace. Sounds like my nose is sniffling. It's because it's cold outside and very moisturizing. Or moisturized. Humid, thank you. Grace. David voiceover, telepathic, faint. Grace, you're here. Room's a shithole. Sorry. He drifts off, the high amplifying his subconscious spill. Fade out. Interior, Grace's apartment. Night, same time. Grace, pretty with warm brown eyes, jolts awake on her couch, breathless. She's been dreaming, vividly, of standing in David's room, seeing him sprawled handsome but wrecked. Talking to her like she's there. I do have another movie idea, which is basically almost the same. That was just a Joe Rogan interview. I might read that one out too. See how it goes. 100 subscribers at $7 a month. It changes my life. 1,000 changes my life permanently and starts to change other people's lives. Anything above 1,000 doesn't benefit me. Then I'll go get a haircut. buy some fancy clothes from the thrift shop. Make sure they actually fit and look good. Find some hot woman in the thrift store to confirm. Just walk up to her and say, hey, am I hot enough to attract? It's probably a 30-something barista now. So many fucking years. Started off at 20-something. Probably 40-something by the time I get there. 1,000 subscribers, and I walk across to that bridge to the Starbucks. See if the barista is working there. Or maybe just sitting there as a customer, writing her life story on an old MacBook. Broken keys. THC stickers all over it. Definitely need a body cam for that. I think with 1,000 subscribers I could afford a body cam. Or like Dear Grace, I'll just keep reading and recording this until something fucking happens. Interior of Grace's apartment at night, same time. Grace pretty blah blah blah. Grace to herself, shaken. He's in my head again. Felt so real. I was there. Where the hell is he? She grabs her phone. Still no sign of him since his gig 2 months ago. Fade out. Title card, next day, February 2022. Interior, Starbucks, David's old haunt, day. The Starbucks hum. The Starbucks hums. Students drive through. Hums. Students. Drive through buzz. Grace works the counter, pulling shots. Her sharp wit dulled by worry. Iris to Grace. Hi, my dad is missing and I'm wondering if you've seen him. I think he used to come to this location. Christina. Firm, showing photo. He's missing. This is him from 10 years ago. Grace stares at the photo. David's face hits her hard. She plays it off, but her hands tremble slightly. Grace. But yeah, he was a regular. Grande Pike, heavy cream, 1 stevia. Haven't seen him in months. A co-worker, mid-20s, perks up from the espresso machine. Co-worker, that guy? The hot old dude? Quit coming after New Year's. Iris locks eyes with Grace, sensing more, and looks at her name tag. Grace. Iris. Grace. He wrote about you. Said you're special. Superhuman memory. Grace mask slips. Her eyes well up. Fears he's dead mixing with telepathic. Fear he's dead mixing with telepathic overload. She wipes a tear, voice cracking. Grace. I thought he might be gone. He sent me his voice in my head. Some comedy set. A few months back. Then nothing. Christina tilts her head. Should have been a scatter. Reader. Listener. Grace. Christina? In your head? Yeah, that's him, alright. Iris, intense. Is he only coming into your dreams or other times? Grace nods, tears spilling now. Grace, I guess this covers the whole telepathic angle to this podcast book. Just read between the lines. I don't need to tell you the real story. This is the real story. Well, this isn't the real story, but this could be the real story. This sounds like a real story. It sounds believable. There's the whole goal of this. A believable story. So he only gets one superpower. If you take all those other ones, spread them across 52 comedians, then you've got a superpower. So Betty and I can talk telepathically. Someone else can predict the weather. Someone else can manipulate hot and cold. That's all I can do, just one thing. I guess so that's what I need to add to this movie idea. That's why I call this live writing. Because I'm pretty sure that part's missing. Which just means I need to write another scene. I'm already at 180 fucking pages, so I guess that's what I can do in my spare time. Just keep writing this until get to 100 subscribers. 10 subscribers just barely covers the rent increase I had to pay. Just pissing me off. I guess I do have one person on my shit list. However, I guess everyone has to live. So 10 subscribers paid, not the freebies. 10 subscribers. Blah, 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 train. 10 subscribers gets everyone off my shit list. 100 subscribers puts a smile on my face, because then I can go full keto, which I can't really afford to do right now. Then I'll be in ketosis 24/7. And hopefully be creative enough to keep writing this, even though it's starting to seem pointless again. Grace. Yes, both. In my dreams. He's in his room. Messy, wrecked. I'm there with him. Like it's real. Every night lately. But the stand-up can come at any time. Like he's practicing in front of a mirror or something. Maybe reading it. Writing it. I don't know. When he used to come into the cafe, sometimes I thought I knew what he was writing. Like he was writing to me. But I couldn't confirm. I couldn't ask him what he was doing in Starbucks almost every day. Christina's eyes widen. She knows this vibe from years with David, a special connection, echoing Iris's bond. Christina, he's in love with you. I felt him like that once. Not words, just him. He's stuck on you. Iris signs to Christina, suddenly, the secret ear tug, processing meaning. We found him. Unaware of their communication, Grace wipes her face, half smiling through the mess. Grace, he's alive then, still at that house, maybe with those students he talks about in his comedy. The co-worker steps over, smirking. Co-worker, She's got it bad for him. Been moping since he ditched this place. Grace shoots her a look, then turns to Iris and Christina. Grace, I'm in. Let's find him. His room's my clue. They share a determined nod. Three women united. Fade out. Well, that's 30 minutes right there. And end of a scene. So I'm gonna always go at least 30 minutes, and then whatever scene I'm on, I'll end. And if I feel like it, I'll record another episode. Or if the coffee, fucking trains. 30 minutes is also good for the old man bladder and morning coffee. Go take a leak, record another episode. Repeat. Tell either I'm so fucking tired I can sleep, or I get really fucking angry, or I get really fucking happy, or all of the above, and none of the above, or it doesn't really matter. End recording, David J.